This wasn't the trip that JD Vance had planned when he announced he was going to Greenland. It still might be the one he wanted. The US Vice President and his wife arrived at a US military base in the north of the Arctic Danish island on Friday. Their trip comes amid ongoing claims by Donald Trump and his administration that they'll acquire it sooner or later.
We know that too often our allies in Europe have not kept pace. They haven't kept pace with military spending, and Denmark has not kept pace in devoting the resources necessary to keep this base, to keep our troops, and in my view, to keep the people of Greenland safe.
Vance's visit was greeted with a frosty reception. Originally supposed to be included on the trip was dog sledding and local tours and photo opportunities. Many have instead made it clear that Vance is not welcome.
A lot of people had signs showing "Yankee, go home," and "We're not for sale," and then we went down to the US consulate in Nuuk, and they didn't want to risk the same kind of photos being shown to US voters on social media.
Humans are not for sale. We are not for sale. You are not for sale in your country. You know that. That's why I am very angry about that.
I would like to say to Trump, don't even think about repeating it. Don't even think about repeat it that you want Greenland. We don't want you here.
The US Vice President's timing might also be considered diplomatically fraught. Greenland's politicians presented a new government coalition agreement on Friday. The new head of the majority government, Jens Friedrich Nielsen, had urged parties to show unity in the face of Trump's campaign to annex the semi-autonomous Danish territory. Denmark itself, meanwhile, has repeatedly reasserted that Greenland should determine its own future, whatever that looks like. Danish King Frederik on Friday said that the world now lived in a changed reality, but added that his love for Greenland remained. Despite the opposition here to US plans, however, the future remains uncertain, and some have acknowledged that.
I'm getting more worried. Is he actually going to take over Greenland? That's the big question. But as I usually say, like, Trump usually aims for the stars and gets the moon, so the question is, what does he actually want?
Greenlanders may find there's currently a man among them who knows. His time here, however, may not yet offer any answers. Flynn, TRT World.